Figure we might as well react to some bodybuilding. Mr. Olympia was this weekend. Well, it was yesterday. It's today's Sunday. It's 2:26 a.m. Yeah. Mr. Olympia, Super Bowl bodybuilding. I already know who won. Big Ramy won. Guy won last year. He's a freak. Freak of nature.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. The 2021 Mr. Olympia just wrapped up. And Big Ramy is your two-time Olympia champion this year. Right. Beating out Brandon Curry, who took second. Hadi Chupin, who wound up in third place. Hunter Labrada, really, I think, the most impressive guy of the show.
That's crazy.
The fact that he was able to take top 4 on his second Olympia ever. Very impressive. And Nick Walker in the top 5, placing 5th place.
Nick Walker, this guy's like a rookie on the right hand. This guy's like a rookie. The best conditioned guy on the stage. He's driest, peeless always. From Iran, Hadi. Of course, your winner, he's big as a house. As long as he comes in like 90% on, he's taking this all the time. Brandon Curry, personally, I have like upper body from the waist up, he's beautiful. From the waist down, you could just, I mean, compare his legs to the rest of everybody else, bro. Nowhere near as diced, nowhere near as big. The calves aren't really there either, but I mean, the calves are kind of insignificant. But his upper body flow, symmetry, aesthetic is like mad nice. Hunter Labrada is cool. I don't know. He's still growing on me. He's cool. His father's all-time great. So it's cool to see him now in 4th. That's actually crazy because he's still relatively new as well. The 2 guys on the outside are relatively new. All these 3 are seasoned veterans. Big Ramy, though, with the W, you can see his death face. You can see those cheekbones, bro. He really dieted. I still think, though, Hadi, I don't know, bro. I think Hadi, like in this picture right here, does Hadi not look better than Brandon? Is that not, like, because they had them in a top 2 call-out. Like, Hadi wasn't even in the call-out. Like, it's basically saying, like, these guys are in a league of their own, and Hadi's, you know, a little bit behind. But to be honest, I think Hadi should have placed second. This is the second year I think they're doing this man dirty. It's because he's from Iran or whatever, but, I mean, come on, this guy's from Egypt, and he went back-to-back, he barely speaks English. Like, You have to reward this, bro. I do not. Why is he being overlooked? I love Brandon, but why is he being overlooked? This is second place. Honestly, he's more diced than Ramy. Yeah, sure, last year he was better, but, like, still nobody came 100%.
Really cool to see these 2 young, new generation guys, Nick Walker and Hunter Labrada, being kind of the first 2 to break that barrier into the top 6 and become, you know, really the forebearers, the forefathers of this new generation of bodybuilding. These younger guys that are in their 20s, they're taking over right now. Keep in mind, this is an Olympia where Rolly Winkler was not in the top 10 here. Rolly Winkler didn't place top 10.
Out of his prime, he
it is a new era of bodybuilding. And I want to thank Chef Rush, by the way, the swole White House chef. He sent me these pictures, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this was a good Olympia. Ramy and Brandon, they both really brought it. I think Brandon looked at his all-time best. I think he looked even better here, honestly, than he did when he won the 2019 Olympia. I think he looked bigger, he looked fuller, he looked rounder, but he had very similar conditioning to 2019. Ramy looked comparable to last year's Olympia at prejudging. But I think he tightened up for today, for the night show, for the finals. And I think he looked pretty on the money based on what I've seen. He looked pretty comparable to how he was last year. Probably, I would say, about equal. And if you guys noticed, I think they actually listened to what people were saying online. I said this. Phil Heath said this. Hadi Chupin in 3rd. He also won the People's Champion Award.
Good for him.
They put Hadi, one of the first things they did at this night show was to put Hadi right there in the mix with Brandon and Ramy, which I think was the right thing to do because, honestly, I think Hadi, although granted, he looks smaller this year.
I don't care that he looks smaller. I mean, look at this. Yeah, sure. Okay, best side leg has to be Ramy off pure girth. That shit's gnarly, bro. But, like, he's still not opening up as much as you would like him to. Like, Brandon hits this shot perfectly. His legs are masked from the side. They look decent. And while, yeah, sure, Hadi does look smaller, he's definitely more peeled than everybody. Like, come on. Even I can tell this, bro. It's not a good angle for him, but like, come on, man. I don't know. I like him, but like, Brandon, he's his pose perfectly. Perfectly. Like, he's not the most dice guy on the stage or the biggest. He's right in between, so I guess. I don't know.
He looked a little bit downsized from last year. I think he was in better shape than both Ramy and Brandon.
He 100%
but certainly Ramy was bigger, and I think even Brandon looked bigger than Hadi in this lineup, and I think that's probably why Hadi wound up in third. But I do think all credit needs to go to Hadi from a conditioning standpoint. I think he was really the most conditioned guy in this show. Hadi really impressed the hell out of me, and I was really glad to see.
Who's this? Is that Hadi? It's not Hadi, is it? Is it?
See that he got that call out, that top three with Ramy and Brandon, that they didn't give to him at prejudging. He didn't get. They just did a call out of just Brandon and Ramy, and I felt like Hadi deserved to be up there, but they gave that to him at the night show, so that is to be commended as well. Now in classic physique, Chris Bumstead won the classic physique Olympia, the same place.
Breon, this man, oh my god, they talk trash like, a day or two before the actual Olympia. This man took his shirt off and was posing, swearing he was gonna beat people and yada yada yada. Last year you placed third, this year you placed third again, Breon. I think it's time to move to 212. You can't beat Chris. Nobody can beat Chris. I'm sorry, like, he's gonna dominate classic physique for at least another 4 to 5 years, bro. Terrence Ruffin's the closest thing, and he probably is never going to come 100% on. And even if he comes 100% on, as long as Chris is 90, his structure, his flow, the actual classic lines is significantly better. He's got the lats, the nice sweeping quads, the vacuum. Like, you can even tell right here, like, he's not even hitting it like normally, but like his posing, just Chris Bumstead's the GOAT, bro. Like, you can't compare.
I love my glasses, especially when I can find them.
Yeah.
At LASIK Plus, we help.
Last year, exactly, for the top three. Chris Bumstead in first, Terrence Ruffin in second, and Breon Ainsley taking third there. An honorable mention, Urs Kalsinski.
Who?
The first timer at the Olympia, taking top 4 at his first Olympia ever. Very impressive. He's also a former Mr. Golden Era competitor right here on this channel. Very impressed with him. I think Chris looked a lot better at the night show than he looked at prejudging. I thought there was a little bit of wiggle room at the prejudging where I think you really could have even made an argument. I saw some people actually making the argument that Terrence could have edged out Chris at prejudging, but I do think Chris tightened up for the night show for finals. I keep saying the night show, but it's a 2-day show.
This is the only thing I don't like. Like, I mean, I like, I guess, classic pose, yada, 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 but like, what are you comparing? Everybody's hitting a different pose to hide their weaknesses and, show off their strong suits. I mean, wait a minute. This nigga is just hitting a normal lat spread. It's nothing classic. It's just a normal mandatory pose. Actually, is this mandatory in classic? I know they have less mandatories. This is a gay version of a crucifix pose. Chris is just gnarly, bro. People were down his back a couple years ago. He brought that shit up. Now he's hitting that twisting back double biceps and his arms. This is a good pose for him. Just, I think, bad timing for Terrence. This guy, I don't know what he's doing, bro.
So, for the Saturday show, Chris tightened up. He looked better. And I think he came out, he dominated. There was no question, I think, when Chris came out for the night show that Chris was going to win the show.
Damn, hold up, wait a minute. That vacuum looks gnarly. Like, I still think from the damn. I want to say Chris's is better, but like, I don't. Jesus, this shit looks retarded. Terrence is good. I'm not gonna cap. I don't think Breon should be in this division. Like, he has flow, though. Like, he has good structure. So I understand why he is in this division, but I feel like He should be in 212. Like, he'd be a good 212 bodybuilder. Like, a very good 212.
There was no question, I think, when Chris came out for the night show that Chris was going to win the show. I think it was
kind of like George Peterson, Rip, by the way. Rip died a couple days ago, but
obvious. So Chris improved. Breon looked about the same as last year.
This is the bro. Come on. This says it all, bro. You let him win off this pose alone.
I think Terrence actually looked a little bit better than he looked last year, which was why people were starting to make the argument for, hey, maybe Terrence can take this title, which I think at prejudging, it was actually in the cards. It was a possibility. We kind of saw, I wouldn't even say off, not an off version of Chris Bumstead, but it wasn't the best version of Chris. But the night show, he brought it. And the cool part about that is we actually went 3 for 3 this year on predictions. We predicted all the champions. Derek Lunsford won 212. We predicted that. Chris Bumstead won Classic Physique. We predicted that. And Big Ramy won Men's Open Bodybuilding. We predicted all 3. I think all 3 were deserved victories. I think all 3 were not controversial. I think they were pretty solid. Ramy, like I said, he tightened up significantly for the night show. He looked really good. But before I end this video, the reason why there's no video and they're just still pictures in this video is because, and this is the same reason why a lot of you guys have messaged me asking where all my videos went. Where's all your Olympia coverage? I've uploaded a ton of videos over the past couple days. They were copyright strike down by the Olympia. Now, I just wanted to say that because a lot of you guys are wondering where they went. But also I wanted to say some of the videos that I had, I used like 30 seconds to a minute of the live stream out of a 10-minute video. And one of the videos they took down, I wasn't even using footage from the live stream. I was using footage that
was the second call out. Get Ian. William Bonac just kind of getting left in the dust. I feel bad. He was a seasoned veteran too, but now he's just starting to take over. The young guys, these 2 big guys in the middle, the young guys starting to take over. Ian's pretty good too. I like Ian. Ian is actually Chris Bumstead's coach, the guy who won Classic Physique. He's actually his sister's husband? Yeah, brother-in-law. And coach, brother-in-law and coach. I mean, shit, he's a good-ass coach. He got Chris winning titles back to 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 back.
People filmed from the audience and then was sent to me. And without warning, without messaging me, without reaching out to me or anything, they copyright strike down all of my Olympia video.
They did him dirty, bro. They did him dirty. He got 1.16 million subscribers, bro. He has to be one of the biggest bodybuilding news channels there is.
And I just wanted to say that I've spent this entire year hyping up the Olympia, promoting the Olympia, marketing the Olympia. All this time, I don't work for them. But for basically a year, I've been marketing this show. I would like to believe that I'm responsible for a lot of those pay-per-view buys, for a lot of the new fans that are interested in the Olympia, for a lot of the people that are now bodybuilding fans or...
Ramy. He's like 5'10". They're both the same height. I think they're both the same height. You see this? His posing technique. It's bad. He still looks good. I think he's squashing it down to bring out more details in the leg, but like, come on, you're standing next to Brandon Curry, bro. You got no details in the legs. You should be aight. But, I mean, I guess, I don't know, like, do the details really fade that much if he's like a couple inches higher? Like, I think he's too squat down here. Am I nitpicking?
Yeah. For a lot of the people that are now bodybuilding fans or enjoy bodybuilding and use my channel to help keep up with it.
Awful. This
now, I honestly think that all this stuff falls under fair use.
This is a good picture. It's just a thing, though. Like, the lighting should be the same. Like, they should just have a white backdrop. Like, you can clearly see, like, the lat definition here and the small gap between forearm and lat. Here is kind of difficult. Like, you can still see it kind of, but, like, the black backdrop hides his lat V taper, and you know, it's kind of messed up. It's like not fair. It depends on where they're standing. Like, Ramy pops because of this white border background, whatever this fucking wall cube cylinder shit is. I still think either way Ramy takes the pose, because Brandon is notoriously soft from the glutes and hams. Ramy's pretty tight. I mean, he was tighter last year, but he's just so fucking wide. big. He just overpowers him. I still like Curry's back though. Like literally, bro. If you just chopped off the bottom half, this man wins like most poses. Like legit most poses. It's just his legs, his downfall, bro. It's unfortunate.
For commentary and criticism, you can use clips, you can use pictures.
I would skip leg day
for
too,
commentary and criticism purposes. But I'm not even going to argue it. I'm not even going to fight it because it's just not. It's just not a battle that I want to deal with. It's just not.
Once again, posing technique. This man, literally, this isn't that bad. It isn't as bad as last time. It's maybe like an inch, but like still, you see how Brandon's hitting it. Like this, Ramy looks like he's struggling. He looks goofy, bro. I wish I could zoom in his face. Yeah, I love Ramy, and I think he deserved to win this. But like, this, the side poses kind of kill me. Like, your side leg looks good, but at what cost, bro? What cost? Brandon's hitting this like beautifully. Like this is a statue, bro. Nice horseshoe on the tricep. Look at that thick old bicep vein. Striations in the shoulders. You could see where the muscles like turn into different muscles. It's nice, bro. Chest sitting nice, wash cord abs. Even got a little bit of veins through the side leg. His side leg isn't that bad. It's just he doesn't seem conditioned like ever in the legs, and they're already small, so it's like a double negative.
Stress that I want to deal with. But if you guys support my
nice
channel
hairline,
and you enjoy my coverage, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know by liking this video, because I almost wasn't even going to cover the results of this show. That's how bad this kind of bothered me. I mean, it would have been nice to get like a message in, hey, we'd rather you don't use those clips, or hey, how about you just take those down? Instead,
yeah,
they just strike my channel.
This is a bad pose for Ramy. Should not hit the hand. He does not have the tricep sweep for this. Like, you need like a thick tricep sweep to pull off that. Like, he's very shoulder dominant in that pose. Like, his main attraction here are the shoulders and legs, quads specifically. I like Brandon's version of the crab. It's not Phil Heath, but it's a good version, a very good version. It kind of masks his legs, but like I feel like he needs deeper cuts. Like you could see all 4 quadricep muscles here. Well, not really, because technically there's one underneath, but you could see all 3 quadricep muscles here. Him, you can see kind of 2, maybe a little bit of 3. It's kind of faded though, right? That's conditioning. Ramy is more conditioned.
Channel. I mean, they've got my number. And look around YouTube right now. I'm seeing a lot of big YouTubers that still have clips up of the Olympia in their
last 30 minutes of this video him ranting?
But mine is taken down somehow. I mean, if you guys look at Instagram, there's replays and pictures and videos posted on every bodybuilding Instagram page there is. But for some reason, I can't promote the Olympia to 1 million people on my channel and give my thoughts on it. But it's okay. If you guys enjoyed the coverage, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the time that I've put in over this Olympia week to try to give you guys a more exciting experience and try to get people excited about a bodybuilding contest, because at the end of the day, I'm just a fan of bodybuilding just like all of you guys. And just imagine making it to the top, just being a fan, just being an outsider.
All right. That's enough. Sorry, bro. Like, I understand. Because he did put in all this work just to kind of get screwed. Like, at least, I don't know, say something or just have it demonetized so it's still up in his channel. Like, they strike it down, so, like, that shit's not even up on his channel anymore. I was wondering where the hell, you know, like, the comparisons were and shit from him. That's unfortunate, but, I mean, hey, shit happens. All in all, Ramy deserved this victory. Brandon looked good. I still think Hadi really pushed him for second. I could see Hadi being in second. He's more conditioned, relatively similar size. I get, yeah, sure, Brandon's a little bit bigger, but at what cost? Like, no definitions through the legs. And I don't know, I think world-class legs should have something to do with it. They're not really flexed here, so it doesn't show it, but he has world-class legs. Hadi has world-class legs. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.